decided to just take a few minutes today and talk about Weight Watchers and beverages. I've shared a little bit about what I drink daily, but I thought I'd go into just a little bit more detail on this video. Before I was on Weight Watchers, I rarely drank coffee, and about 8 or 10 months after I started Weight Watchers, I realized that coffee sometimes could curb my appetite, and I really began to enjoy it. I have to add stuff to it. I don't drink it black, but I have found out that I enjoy it, and it does, when I'm tempted to eat something, it helps me to put it off. So each morning, I start out with 1 cup of coffee, and right now my favorite is this Green Mountain breakfast blend. I've gone through several different kinds of the Keurig coffee, but right now this is what I like, this and Columbia blend. I always add at least a packet of Sweet and Low to it, or some kind of saccharin, and just a little bit of the Premier protein. It has quite a bit of protein in it. If you look, it says 30 grams. Now that's for the whole carton, and usually I don't have more than 1/5 of the carton per cup of coffee. So that means I'm getting somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 grams of protein from just putting it in my coffee. Now if I have 2 cups of coffee, that's 12 grams. That's a great way to get protein in early in the morning. Also, I couldn't get this particular flavor. It's the caramel, and I couldn't get this flavor or the cookies and cream for several months, and luckily they have started producing it again, and I can buy it at Walmart. That's what I have for breakfast. I rarely will drink the whole carton of the Premier protein at one sitting. I'm not even sure I would like it like that, but I love it in my coffee. All right, the second thing that I drink, at least probably somewhere around 48 ounces a day, is water. Now, I was not a water drinker for probably 60 years of my life. The only time I ever drank water is when I would get outside and get extremely hot and just needed something to quench my thirst. Well, in 2017, I decided that I was no longer going to drink carbonated beverages. Now, the only kind I ever drank was diet drinks, like Diet Coke was my favorite one, caffeine-free Diet Coke. But I just didn't feel like that carbonation was good for me anymore. I felt like that it sort of had too much sodium, and just at the time I was trying to kickstart trying to lose some weight that I had put on during my thyroid problems, and I didn't feel like I was getting any kind of success, so I thought, well, I'll do something like stop drinking Cokes, and I did, and I lost the weight pretty quickly after I stopped, and I just never have picked them back up. Well, I also have been on a medication for probably about 15 years that's supposed to lower my cholesterol, and one of the side effects of it is severe and unusual cramps in my legs. Around this time, I had some severe leg cramps, so severe that I went 2 nights without any sleep, and the second morning when I got up, I told my husband, I said, I can't keep going like this. And he said, well, have you ever thought about buying the flavored packets that have electrolytes in them? I always hear that they're good to combat leg cramps. And so that day I went out, and I found, I'd never really looked at water. I had bought it a lot, but I'd never really looked at it. And I found that this Smart Water had electrolytes in it, and so I bought a 6-pack of that. And then at Walmart, I found that there was a flavored mix that you could get that also had electrolytes. I bought 2 flavors that first time I bought it. This is the kiwi strawberry, and the other flavor I got was grape. Well, I found out very quickly that kiwi strawberry was going to be the flavor that I preferred. It's also has 0 calories, so that's definitely a plus. So then, after all these years of not being able to drink water, I found that I really enjoyed drinking water. Now, this was one other thing. I do not drink it cold. I realized that that was part of the problem. I don't know if it's because I'm sensitive or, I don't really know, but I know that I like it. As soon as I buy it, I can sit out in the car and put me a packet of the Propel in it and drink it right up, and it's great. I mean, it curbs my thirst. It's a lot easier for me to drink a lot. This is a 33-ounce bottle of it, and I can drink it probably in about 20 minutes if I'm really thirsty. I do put 2 packets in here because this is double what a normal bottled water is, and I truly enjoy it. Now, the third thing that I have a tendency to drink occasionally, this is just occasionally, is I want to think that this is put out by the Coca-Cola company. Yeah, it's called Gold Peak Tea, and this is the diet tea version. They have several versions of it, different flavors. I think there's green tea, there's sweet tea, there's unsweetened tea, but this was my favorite of all the different flavors. It's called diet tea, and of course it's 0 calories. And if I am getting tired of drinking water during the day, I'll drink one of these maybe a couple of times a week. But the majority of the time, this is all I need. And I've even gotten to where when I go to a restaurant, instead of just saying I would like ice water, I actually ask them to bring me water with no ice and no lemon. And I'll drink some of it, and sometimes I'll even add a packet of my Propel to it if it's not real cold. If the water is real cold, I don't like Propel in it. I'll just drink regular water. But that's pretty much the 3 things that I drink, and I've had a lot of success being able to drink water because of this flavor enhancer. So I highly recommend that if you're struggling to get your water in, just try buying some bottled water. Try drinking them, first of all, at room temperature and see if that helps. And if not, buy a flavor packet and see if that'll help. It truly has been a lifesaver for me and helped me to be able to get my water in each day. That's all for today. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and leave a comment below. And if you think this would help anybody else that's struggling with what to drink and how to get their water in, please share. Goodbye.